Hey mermaids, before this episode starts, Lauren and I are here to give you a special announcement. What could it be, Lauren?
I think it might have something to do with something we've been talking about for a very long time and are finally acting on.
Yes! In a few weeks, we are going to be releasing the first episodes of Mermaids After Midnight. Lauren, what is it going to be about?
It's going to entail
Oh, I like that. Yes.
a lot of things. We're going to dive down into the deeper side of mermaiding.
Yes, girl.
We're going to talk about sexuality. We're going to talk about body image.
Yes.
We're going to talk about things that might not be quite appropriate for those of a younger listening age.
Yes.
We will be keeping this as PG-13 as possible, but it will delve into the realm of R and above. So,
if you want to listen to Mermaids After Midnight, we are doing it exclusively for our patrons. So go to patreon.com/everydaymermaid. You can pledge $1, $5, $10 a month, and whatever you want to do. But that is how we are going to be releasing them. So head on over, swim on over rather, to patreon.com/everydaymermaid, and cheers to Mermaids After Midnight.
it's a spicy meatball.
All right.
Our lights are very bright today.
Are they?
With fronds like these, who
needs anemones?
Can anything go right in my life? That's Ross. No talking,
No
singing,
zip. Things can't possibly get worse.
Obviously
it can.
And you ruined me. I had to watch that movie after you talked about it. I'm like, gosh, this movie's so good.
It's right there on Netflix for you to watch.
I had to take care of a little pest control problem.
You're listening to the Everyday Mermaid podcast. We are mermaids on a mission to bring you the latest mermaid news, reviews, and more. So prop up your fins and enjoy this episode of the Everyday Mermaid podcast. Hey everybody, it's Abby, your Everyday Mermaid, and this is
Lauren.
my Mergal pal, and you are listening to the Everyday Mermaid podcast.
Hello.
There's a bug.
Of course there's a bug.
It just flew. I think it flew into my mouth. I don't know. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Well, Lauren,
Mm-hmm.
we're here on episode 49 of the Everyday Mermaid podcast.
Wow.
I know.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I think it's crazy, but Ben was mentioning how we should wait to do a celebratory episode until episode 52, because that would be
52 weeks in
a year.
Gotcha.
Of podcasting.
That makes sense.
So perhaps.
Because we've only missed one.
Yeah, for sure. So
Wow. Are we really coming up on a year?
yeah, we've been doing this for basically a year now.
That's amazing.
I know.
Go us.
So many great things. But before we begin, we have to say thank you, because we have 2 new patrons.
Yay! Tell me who they are.
They are Felicia with Fins.
I know her.
Yeah, she's so cute.
She's adorable.
She's part of the Circus Siren pod.
Yes,
We love her.
Yes.
And then Mermaid Seamstress,
Ah!
who is Faith's go-to person who told Faith about, I think, the Linden. Told Faith about something that she's all about.
Right. Oh, right. Because didn't she mention her in the review of the Linden Tale?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes, I believe Mermaid Seamstress is the mermaid that told Nerdmaid Faith about the Mermaid Linden monofin.
Perfect. I just went swimming in that fin again. God, it's so zippy.
Isn't it so glorious?
The zippiest fin.
It is. It is. Yes, we just had our September Nashville Mermaid Pod meetup, and we missed you.
It was
greatly.
glorious.
What's that?
Glorious.
Yes. But we missed you because you were gone because the in-laws.
They were all here.
Yes.
Everyone was here. It was great. We did lots of Nashville things. We went to the Loveless. We went to Puckett's. Boyfriend cooked at one point. Really, really good meal.
Goodness.
You might have even been able to eat it.
What?
I don't think there was any gluten. Did chickpeas have gluten?
No.
Yeah.
I
It was
love
couscous
chickpeas.
and chickpeas on spinach leaves
Yes.
and fried. Oh, he grilled red pepper and zucchini.
That sounds glorious.
It was so yummy. And then there was some sort of mint parsley like salsa that went on top with some feta cheese, which you can't eat.
You can't have that.
But
still.
you didn't need the feta because it was like almost like an aioli.
Oh my Lord. When's he coming over to cook it for me?
Actually, that's a valid point.
Hello.
So yeah, it was really, really good.
That sounds wonderful.
Did that. We went to the farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. My mom came over for dinner that night that he cooked.
Yeah.
And as she was leaving, she was like, they were making plans for tomorrow and it all seems very food centric. I was like, yes.
And your point is?
That is what being part of his family is. It's planning all things around meals. Whereas like my family, like we're big road trippers. And so we're like, we got to see this and we got to do that. And like food is just kind of something that happens along the way.
Oh.
We do not plan our vacations around not a lot of food, some of the food. Like if we're in Maine, we have to go to this one place that's literally on the dock that they just pull the traps up from under the restaurant floor and get their lobster. And that's the lobster rolls. And it's really, really good. And so like that we planned and we were like there the moment it opened.
And it's kind of an experience.
Right. No, everything they do is planned around food. It was hysterical.
That's so funny. I mean, I get it. I really like my food. And Nashville has so many great places to eat, you know? You might as well.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So it was very nice. I got to see everybody, but I was like, oh my God, I didn't sleep.
Yeah. And that's why we're recording this a little later than planned.
It's true.
Because Lauren had to sleep, y'all.
I had to sleep.
She had to get some Betty Bye.
You see my Betty Bye basket.
Yes. Well,
but how was your Labor Day?
Oh, it was good. What was that? Oh,
yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we actually spent the entire day cleaning my carpets because Hotel Boutwell is also a hotel for all of our friends' animals. And we had one animal get really sick and he puked probably 10 times on our rug and then like 20 times like throughout the house. And like so much so that a couple days ago we like found some that we did not realize. We were like, oh my gosh, like he just decided to like come up to the like the third floor in this random spot and just puke and like we had no idea. I don't know. It was a rough time.
That is a rough time.
We ended up quarantining.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. Him. After like the 30th time because. Well, you know.
Things you don't want to keep finding around your house.
Yeah, so we labored on Labor Day. I mean, it was wonderful.
Good.
But I was thinking that we could, this episode, we could discuss, lately I've just been, I don't know, on my Instagram, I've just been kind of like on my story, just being like #mermaid probs.
Yes.
And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, there are a lot of problems that mermaids have that like,
tell me when, Abby.
Not normal people have.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, for me, today I was like, all these people are getting real excited about fall. It's September 3rd today. Is that what day it is? I don't know. It's September 3rd. It is 94 degrees outside.
The first day of fall is 20 days from now.
Yeah. So
the
I'm
fall
like,
equinox is on the 23rd.
Yes, I'm wearing a sweater, but it's cold in my house. Yeah. But I'm just like, I love y'all, but like you can go drink your pumpkin spice lattes and throw a sweater on. But I'm a mermaid and I need all the sun and warmth so I can continue swimming.
Right.
As long as humanly possible.
You just reminded me though. I have to interject. So you are wearing a sweater, but I'm not wearing a sweater and I'm wearing a sleeveless dress. Yeah. And I went climbing twice this weekend. Check out these guns.
Oh my word. My goodness gracious.
I can't feel my arms. It's great.
You should be able to feel your arms. No.
They fell off.
Okay.
I know that I'm done climbing when I can feel the muscles in my forearms. Like you can feel this muscle, which is not a muscle I'm used to feeling.
Sure.
So, but it takes.
Wow. That's a good, like, toned arms. Like, that is a good thing to have as a mermaid, Lauren. Yes. That is impressive.
So, yeah.
Work that. If you're just listening, you can watch the YouTube version of this on my YouTube channel, Mermaid
Or
Vlogs.
I can tell you a lie and talk about how big my guns are. They're big guns.
They're very big guns. What are we talking about?
Mermaid problems.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Right. Fall You can have your pumpkin spice.
I'm all about that.
That's not my drug of choice.
Oh, so much sugar.
That is a lot of sugar. I know. Oh my gosh. I'm having to cut out my grande white hot chocolate mocha, which is my favorite Starbucks drink, because the last couple of times I've had it, I mean, I shake and it's like painful how much sugar. I can feel it in my system.
Whoa.
And I'm like, is this what being 30 is? Like,
yep. Welcome.
It's so weird. So I'm having to go to
crazy.
Like darker coffees that have more bite than they do sweet.
Yep. I have no sugar in my coffee, period, anymore. And at first I was like, what is this? Oh, gosh. I hope in the best of ways.
Yeah.
But now Nut Pods has this, it's unsweetened French vanilla, like almond milk.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. It's fantastic. And maybe that's because I used to hate Nut Pods because I was like, where's the sugar? But now that I don't have sugar, I'm like, it's flavor. And so now it's fantastic. So
I do the soy milk creamer, which I like a lot because it's just enough of a sweetness to like tone down the acidity.
Sure.
Without being like.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a good sound. We could use that for later.
Macker sugar.
Yeah. I'll know, girl. But hashtag mermaid props.
Yes. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, tell me more. Tell me more. Okay. The other one I was thinking about, well, I mean, the big one for me currently is the mermaid hair situation.
Yeah. How's that going? Her hair is falling out, for those of you who don't know, in case you needed me to tell you.
Yeah, it's not great. Well, I posted on my story that I just ordered a 20-pack of headbands because.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'll show y'all. It's pretty crazy. If you're just listening, I'm sorry, but so this used to be hair, like used to be long flowing hair. And now it's not.
Have you taken out all your extensions yet?
Not yet. They're coming out on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
So you talked to Surreal.
Yep, talked to Surreal. I was like, ladies.
What do we do? What do we do?
Yeah, they're my hair people. And they are, right now we're doing like weekly conditioning treatments.
Right.
And we're going to chop my hair off on Friday. And just go for a new look here.
I think you with a bob would be adorable.
I'm going to have to be, Lauren,
yes.
because I have no other choice at this point.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Thanks, girl. It's tough. I was talking to someone today. I was like, with anxiety comes crazy things with your body.
I have a zit in my eyebrow.
Like, what is that? I don't even know. But it happens. And so, your hair falls out, your stomach hurts, and all kinds of crazy things.
Your stomach. I don't know why that was so funny to me. It was just because last night my stomach hurt. And I was just like, I don't know why. I'm just nauseous.
For sure. Yeah. Stress. It's a thing. But, I've had to, you know me. Perfection is a thing. But I have had to.
4-letter word.
Ooh. I have had to come to terms with me without the extensions, without the lash extensions, without any fingernail things on my nails. I have had to be okay with who I am without all the junk. And it has been terrible.
I like you better this way.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Lauren. But it's, and I think a lot of
I like you any way that you feel comfortable and confident. And I understand, sometimes you got to get all pretty and dolled.
Totally.
To feel like your true self.
Yeah. And I think it's probably a common theme in the mermaid community because we're all so, vibrant and, sparkly and whatever. Not all of us, but a lot of us are very
I'm dark and brooding, so
and we love you for that.
Thank you.
But I think I think part of the mermaid thing for me was I get to be this really crazy purple person,
right?
And now I don't have that option anymore, so I gotta be Abby.
It is the most terrifying thing to be on stage.
Go.
Yourself.
Yes, as yourself. We've talked about this many times.
And when your everyday life is your stage.
Mm.
But I am very excited to see you in a bob. I think you could totally rock it, especially if you get those like adorable little soft waves.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yeah. And is the purple staying?
For now.
Okay.
And but we're not going to use any like harsh chemicals. We're just going to do like the conditioners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Overtone does really well on dark roots. So we're just going to see how it is. I don't know. But so many people have been DMing me about like all their hair things. And I am so thankful for all of y'all.
Good.
One of the main things they have suggested is coconut oil. Like
I tried that.
How did it go?
Not well.
Okay. What did you do?
Well, this was in New Zealand, and like New Zealand has got, UV rays for days.
Sure.
So my hair was extremely damaged at the time that I started using coconut oil. And there's just not going to be a lot that you can do for like, we're not talking like damaged on the top of my head. On the top of my head, it was doing all right.
Sure.
It was damaged down here. And it's like, when you get to that point, it's time to go.
Yeah.
So it was really like, I was just fighting a losing battle. So I kept putting like coconut oil in my hair and it being able to stick straight up and look like alfalfa. But there's just you can't do anything for that once it's hit that length.
Yeah,
like down by length, I mean like my shoulders.
Yeah,
past my shoulders. I mean, if I crinkled it in the microphone, it would have sounded like hay. Like I was crinkling hay.
For sure.
That's how damaged it was. So
crazy.
It didn't do anything for me, but that's just me personally. And I've honestly just found that the thing that works the best for me is not shampooing every day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because that was a big problem when I was growing up. I thought that's what I had to do.
Oh, no.
No.
I've never done that.
Because I have very thin, very fine hair. I get oil super easily. I did a lot of research into the no shampoo completely, the no poo regimen. And honestly, every single time I looked at it or I looked at anybody who talked about it, they were like, this works for everything except for thin, fine hair. It's like,
oh,
golly gee, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
So going fully shampoo free never worked for me, but finding something. So I got what my hairstylist suggested for me, which was the salon stuff.
Yeah.
Which
I have.
Right. I do the Redken purple shampoo for my highlights.
Yep.
And then, oh my gosh, I'm completely forgetting. It's the one with the
Pureology.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
So I have Pureology for the everyday, but yeah.
It's a struggle, like #mermaid props to the core of mermaid props, because a lot of y'all that are following me on social media were like, I'm in the same boat, or this happened to me. Mermaid Linden was like, this happened to me. Like, she was the one who told me coconut oil.
She has beautiful hair.
I know. I thought, but anywho, and Sabrina Washington, do you remember her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tiana.
Oh, yeah. She was the best, Tiana.
And a fantastic nanny.
So great. Yeah, she owns Elite Nannies of Nashville and like other places now. But yeah, she's fantastic. But she told me to use the Jamaican castor oil or whatever for my little flyaways, I was like, what do I do with these? So she told me to use that for those. Okay. So doing that. So yeah, all the things. Hair related. I've ordered 2 wigs and we're just going to see how it goes.
You got this.
Yeah, girl.
Hold on to your fins, mermaids. The Everyday Mermaid Podcast will be right back.
Okay, so this episode of the Everyday Mermaid Podcast is brought to you by King Triton.
Just kidding. He's swimming over to Metro Merfolk to check out their classics.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And Metro Merfolk, I mean, it's a group that is all about an inclusivity. There we go. Words are hard, you guys, but Metro Merfolk is the place to be.
Yeah.
Because they have classes for kids and adults, and it's in the Metro DC area. So if you're like even like at all close or just traveling through, you can find them at Metro Merfolk on Facebook and Instagram. Check them out. They are our favorite little pod over there. Not little, actually. It's quite large.
It's a large pod.
Yeah, it's a lot of merfolk over there, but check them out at Metro Merfolk. This podcast is also sponsored by our friends at MerMagicCon. Hey, y'all, about MerMagicCon.
because Lauren and I are going to be there this year. It's in February of 2020. It's in like the Manassas, Virginia area. So it's going to be kind of the same Metro Merfolk area down there. And we really need to just like go check out DC like a couple days before or something.
Oh, that's true. That'd be fun.
That'd be really fun.
I haven't been to DC in years.
Yeah, we should definitely go like check it out. Do some mermaid things over there. So this podcast is sponsored by them. We will be there live podcasting at MerMagicCon this year. And if you don't know anything about it, all I'm going to say is go to mermagiccon.com, get your tickets, because it's going to change your life. Everybody, it's going to change your life. All the great mermaids are going to come, and there's classes, there's photo shoot options underwater, above the water, there's a gala. It's just a great time to be a mermaid over at MerMagicCon. So check them out at mermagiccon.com.
Yay!
This podcast is also sponsored by our friends at Mermaid Cove Shop. We kind of love them. And by love them, we mean like obsessed a little bit, like slight obsession mode.
They have all the things.
All the things, Lauren. And you know how I am about mermaid things. I just can't help myself.
She likes them a lot.
I just have a whole room because of this issue. And let me just say that this is like next level stuff over here at Mermaid Cove Shop. It's just amazing.
They have a mermaid throne.
They have a mermaid throne in there where our mermaid friends like go and do like story times and stuff inside. But they have like anything mermaid you could ever imagine is at Mermaid Cove Shop. Anything.
It's glorious.
Yes. So check them out at Mermaid Cove Shop anywhere on the internets.com, on Instagram, on Facebook. Check them out.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
And by fantastic, I mean fantastic. Yes. And this podcast is also sponsored by our friends at The Filthy Mermaid. Not filthy like dirty or muddy or dirt on your fins. Like, I mean, are you laughing at me?
Yes.
I mean like sassy pants, like dressed to impress, like awesome.
Yeah.
Filthy Mermaid.
I've got something in my cart right now from them.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's mermaid clothes, and it's the Filthy Mermaid clothing apparel brand. I know they have some accessory things too, like fun little stickers and stuff. But I have quite a few shirts and things from them because it's very much everyday mermaid look. So if you're looking to like just express your mermaid self, but don't want to be like super over the top about it, The Filthy Mermaid is the place to go for that kind of thing.
Their stuff swims right up our channel.
Oh my gosh, that was the best mermaid pun I've heard in a long time.
I know.
That was great. So check them out at The Filthy Mermaid on Instagram and Facebook, all the things, and you will not be sorry, friends.
So true.
Okay. It's just one of those times where the money has to go elsewhere.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just a crazy time. But I feel like this is like setting me up for something crazy.
Right. I know.
Amazing.
What did I say about like the stuff that is happening to me? I said, like bad news comes in threes.
Oh, it does.
And so I think like my car, and then I had a family thing, and then school got like weirdly canceled. I just had like a really weird week.
Yep.
Like a super crazy week. And so I'm like, I'm good now.
All good. We can stop now. Thank you.
We can settle everything down now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, lately I've just been saying forever and always that the universe has my back. Everything that I need is being put into place for me right now. Now.
What is it you said you kept saying on the couch over and over again?
Oh, I don't know.
The universe, something about money. Just like,
oh, yes. Money is flowing to me. It is coming to me in giant waves. Money is being thrown at me. My bank account is so full. But you have to believe it is the issue. And so, but I was sitting in the car one day crying about money. And
like you do.
I do. And
I do too.
Just tears are flowing. Money is flowing into my bank account right now.
So I loved Dane Cook in college. I
Oh,
loved
Dane
Dane
Cook.
He's
Yeah, he's
a
pretty funny.
stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
He's got his bits and whatnot.
Why do I? Oh, one of my ex-boyfriends was obsessed with him. Anyway,
Yeah, there you
carry
go.
on.
So one of the ones that's my favorite is when he talks about like you really need a good cry, and you like open the door and you're like,
So true.
hello. And you're just waiting for what is it he calls it? Like the 1, 2, 3 seconds. It's it's okay to cry seconds.
Yes.
And then you just break down.
Yes.
And it says, and you latch on to one phrase. And I 100% have said, I did my best. I did my best.
Oh, no.
Whilst weeping. So I feel that Dane Cook quote so hard because I'm like, I really did. Money is flowing through me. Yes. Been there.
Oh,
Definitely.
gosh. Hashtag mermaid props.
Mhm. Hashtag human props.
Human props for sure. Like, that is just in general.
That's a big one. Although the hair thing,
Oh.
that's pretty significant.
It's a mermaid thing for sure.
I mean, like, it's definitely a human thing because plenty of people like lose their hair when they're stressed out. But then
Absolutely.
you add chlorine
Chlorine.
and sunshine
Yeah.
and damaging other
Yeah.
things.
Chemicals. For sure.
I mean, it's a
It's
wonder
just-
we aren't all bald all the time.
I know. It was just the perfect storm, you
So.
know? Well, yeah, I feel like hair is a big one for mermaids, especially. But I was at the meetup this past weekend. It was so funny because a lot of the time, like some of the mermaids with bigger flukes will get air pockets in their tails.
Mhm.
And like it literally, like we call it mermaid farts.
Yeah,
because
that's exactly what that
exactly
is.
what
Yeah.
it is. And so it's funny because at parties and stuff, like the last thing you want to do is mermaid fart at a birthday party with children who will laugh at you. But it happens, and that's a big hashtag mermaid prop. Not
Yeah.
for me because
Because those are some big farts.
those are some big old mermaid farts, y'all.
Mhm.
I don't know. The fin folk for sure. And then the swim tail, the mahina is what goes in it, but I don't know. There were mermaid farts going all over the place.
Oh, I
Because a
bet.
bunch of those mermaids have really big flukes.
They do. Who's
But,
it?
like-
Kayla?
Yep.
Mer-
Kalila.
oh, yes.
Yes.
She's got a huge
She's
fluke.
got a big old one.
Miss
and-
Phelan's got a massive fluke.
Yep. And then Mandy.
We like big flukes and we cannot
and we
lie.
cannot lie.
And Taylor Mermaid.
Taylor
is,
Mermaid.
Like full on coming out of that shell, y'all.
God bless her.
So adorable. She
We
made you
love
guys
Taylor.
cake pops.
She made us cake pops, and she was like, I made them coordinating with your color schemes. So, of course, I had a purple one. Sweet thing. And then, like, Phelan had, like, the orangey
Yes, 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 yes.
tones. There was some pink and blue, but it was so darn cute. I love it. And the cool thing about our pod is, apparently, from what I've heard, there's a lot of drama in these other, like, in some of these other pods or whatever.
Why?
I'm just like, ain't nobody got time for that. But really, like, we haven't had any issues. Knock on all the wood. But I don't even know if this is real wood. But
I knocked in my
whatever.
head. It works.
Okay. But I'm so grateful for our pod because everyone is so kind, and we are up to 61 members in that Facebook group.
Wow.
And so everyone has been so kind and so wonderful. And, you know, even if we do like have differences or whatever, like everyone just gets along at our
Yeah,
meetups,
yeah.
and I love it.
I'm hoping we've decided on that first weekend in October.
Yes,
the
I
next-
believe we have.
Good, because my friend is going to be in town.
Oh my gosh, that would be
Yay!
perfect.
Talk about a big fluke.
Perfect.
She doesn't have her own tail, but if she did, she would have a massive
Oh,
fluke.
okay, great.
She's
I love that.
great.
There are times at parties when I fear for my life, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Kids get on your back and want to ride you.
do.
And I mean, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, it was really cute when I was at the pool on Monday. Because I had my linden tail and they were telling me, they were like, how do you stand up in that? I was like, the same way I do in regular flippers.
Yeah.
Like I just kick them out from underneath me and like stand
Yeah.
because it's flat on the bottom.
Right.
So that
You
was
can
really
stand.
cute.
That's so funny.
I think that them going to a pod meetup would be highly educational. It'd be so adorable.
Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, I mean, I grew up around water, and I have a very vivid memory of one of the little girls that was like part of our friend group who's younger than me. I think she was my sister's age.
Yeah.
And she either like fell in the pool or got panicked or something and grabbed me and started pulling me down.
Oh my
And a
gosh.
very distinctive memory of that happening and like thinking I was going to breathe until somebody like reached over and pulled her off. So I could,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Ooh.
like getting stuck under a floaty. And I couldn't because they were paddling the same direction I was. And I, of course, you're a child. You wait until the very last moment to get your breath.
Yeah.
And I couldn't up.
Yeah.
And so I had to find the end of it. And
oh my gosh. Lately, it's important to have a good breath hold and to like have control over your like mind and body to like be able to relax in those situations. But also like parents, don't let your kids ride mermaids.
Right.
I don't know, or at least like one at a time.
Save a mer, ride a seahorse.
Yeah. That's pretty good, Lauren.
Thanks.
Oh, I haven't heard that one before.
Thanks.
That's really good.
Riding
a seahorse. That's funny.
Done. What kind of problems do you think Jody had?
Lauren, I think Jody lives a perfect life and has no problems.
I know she really misses her kid, though.
For sure.
Yeah. She just, she had to do so much stuff at the same time that Delaney was going to school.
I know.
It's intense.
So for those of you who are listening, you're like, Jody who? We're talking about Jody Benson, the voice of the Little Mermaid, who was just at D23 while her child Delaney was going to college. And so she couldn't be there like for that experience.
College drop-off.
Yeah.
The drop-off? They're going to the drop-off? What do you mean say?
That's pretty good. So yeah, I bet she's like having a tough time because I
think that makes them empty nesters now.
Yes,
yeah.
Doesn't it? So yeah, Jody's an empty nester, and that's probably like.
I honestly hope she and her husband like go do something fun.
Right? They need to do that.
We should. What if they went to Disneyland without them? 100% what I will do as a parent.
Oh, for sure.
Kids are gone. Bye.
They were just there though.
I didn't. I totally did that for my sister. My mom and I dropped her off at in Indiana at her school, and then zipped up to Santa Claus, Indiana, which is where they have Holiday World and Splash Safari, and had ourselves a 2-hour ride in the lazy river.
Oh my god,
it was fantastic.
That's hilarious.
It's great.
Is Holiday World where you get the free drinks?
Yeah.
Huh.
We see ads for it all the time down here.
Yeah.
But it's free drinks and free sunscreen, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, or free refills, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's actually a really nice little park.
Yeah, Ben and I kind of want to go.
It's fun. It's cheap. It's easy. Drive. It's not a big deal.
Huh.
You should. Escape.
Well, I can think of another #mermaid problem.
Tell me.
And this is as the everyday mermaid. The other day, I was in line to get food, and I go up to the register, and she's like, "Oh, wow, I really like your hair. It looks like you're a mermaid." And I was like, "I am a mermaid." And she's like,
"What?"
And it's like, do you continue and say, "Yes, this is what I do. I have the Everyday Mermaid podcast. I have an Instagram, and I'm a professional mermaid," or do you just leave it? And I just left it.
I know. You know what makes me laugh is I did my little bio for the parent handbooks that we send out every year, the welcome packets. And all of my parents have known of me for a long time, but not all of them know, what else I do. So I put, hobbies include reading and hiking and camping. And I also love to record with my friend. We have a podcast called The Everyday Mermaid. Ha 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 ha. You should check it out. So I do this thing, and literally, and that was back in the beginning of August. So the other day I was wearing my Everyday Mermaid sweatshirt.
Of course.
And they said, "Oh my gosh, how cute." And I was like, yeah. It's such a cute thing for
right.
an everyday mermaid to wear. I was like, yes. Yeah. Because I am.
I am a mermaid. And
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I know.
The whole world's on fire. And I'm
fine. Yeah, it's
glad to know who's reading my
right. Who's reading your bio?
Who's reading my bio though?
Who's actually paying attention? Yeah. I don't know if the people are actually paying attention to half this. My dad, bless him. I have a lot of really cool.
It starts like that.
I have a lot of really cool underwater shots.
Yeah.
while we were on the
She sent me a great one the other day, you guys.
y'all just get ready. He was like, do you think people will ever see this stuff? And I was like,
Thanks, Dad.
I mean, they
I
do.
don't know. Did the
but-
ancient Egyptians think that we would see the hieroglyphics and understand that they worship cats? Who knows?
It's like, I
You
don't know,
gotta do
Dad.
what makes you smile.
Yeah, but I was like, I gotta keep making this stuff because the universe told me to keep going. That's what I'm doing.
Do you think anybody will see? I gotta
was
go.
like,
There's a cider in my house. It's just waiting for me.
I feel like, honestly, the podcast, the video version is whatever, but
Right.
we actually do have a very consistent listening base for
Right.
the podcast, and I'm grateful for y'all. But, you know, he's just, it's really funny that he's like, you think people will ever see this? I'm like, we actually do have people that see this, but
We think one of we will.
thanks, Dad. Love you. Well, I think like the consensus is mermaid probs are also sometimes human probs.
Very true.
And we're all in this together, friends. So, but I want to know what other mermaid props y'all have.
Yes.
So what you can do is you can send us a voice message via the Anchor app. Anchor as in the thing that like you throw out the boat to let it stay there. Isn't that what it's
it
used for?
grounds you.
Sure. Oh, and here we are being grounded by the Anchor app.
Indeed.
I love it. Well, you can go to the Anchor app. Just search the Everyday Mermaid podcast on Anchor, and you can leave us a voice message. It's like a thing that says like send message.
Yeah.
And you can do a voice version.
And like, even if you think it's a super obscure mermaid problem that only you have, send it anyway.
We kind of want to hear it. I want to hear about like your problems with the tank work, your
Mhm.
problems with like tails getting on and off.
What's something
like,
real weird?
Yeah, just something crazy. We want to know all your hashtag mermaid probs.
We do.
And you can even like just post them on social media. Just like use the hashtag mermaid probs and
Tag
tag
Abby
us.
in it. Yeah, or tag, yeah, right. There's us.
Tag
Tag the
us.
Everyday Mermaid podcast.
Yeah, or Everyday Mermaid Podcast on Instagram.
Yes.
So tag us and we'll talk about it on the next episode because I know there's more
There's so much more.
and we just want to hear them. So you can also, before we go, you can subscribe to the podcast, the Everyday Mermaid Podcast, wherever you listen. Apple Podcasts,
Yep.
Google Podcasts, the Anchor app, wherever. It helps us
Spotify.
out a lot. Spotify, yes. Wherever you listen, please subscribe to the Everyday Mermaid Podcast. And if you want to become a patron to listen to Mermaids After Midnight, you can go to patreon.com/everydaymermaid. Thank you for listening, everyone. I'm Abby, your Everyday Mermaid, and this is
Lauren.
my Mergal pal, and we will
See you on the flip side.
Bye, mermaid.
Mwah.